Hello and welcome to my Unreal Engine 5 design test. So this level I've created, you start out in a lab. You are deep underground as you have come from that area over there where a monster that is attacking you flooded the area with gas, and you're trying to contain the threat as you're part of some emergency response team. So the first thing the scientist says to you that you have found is go to the main offices to craft a gun that can help defeat the monster. There is lots of enemies you might have to defeat along the way. You can shoot them, or you can do a stealth takedown by getting up close. The enemies will follow you and patrol areas when they can't see you. Here is the main offices. The power just went off, so we're going to have to sneak carefully. Clear all the enemies out to make sure it's safe, and we can go over to the door here. We're going to need a code to unlock this door. If we input a random code, it will display as incorrect. So we're going to need to find the code. Now this would be a lot more in depth in a full game, but for now you can just find the code in the server room there. But you would probably need to hack it or something like that in the actual full game. But now that we know the code, we can input the right code and it will unlock the door, allowing us to get further into the main offices and potentially find the weapon part. So we haven't found a weapon part, but we did find a blue keycard, which will allow us to access another area of the lab to help us find the weapon part. So that's a change of the escape plan. We could not find the weapon part in here, so we're going to have to go to a different area to find it. So as you can see, we're now going over to the area with the blue door, as we now have the keycard to unlock that door. We can now go in here, and this area is another sort of research area, but it's not offices, it's more like labs and stuff like that. So we're in a laser room. We have to dodge these lasers. If we didn't dodge them in the game, they would kill us. We need to be very careful. It's all about being patient and waiting for the right moment to go. But now we have arrived at a sort of research area. This is a cryo room. We can find the green key card in here. But as I said earlier, the green area has been flooded with poisonous gas. So we're going to have to turn off the gas or find a gas mask. In this case, we're going to do the latter. And there is the gun part in the armory. So we now have the gun part, so we can construct the gun and defeat the enemy. Now another thing that we need to do before we proceed back is we need to go and grab a gas mask from a sort of decontamination zone. It's just down the hallway here. We've got to go through another laser room, where you've got to jump over the horizontal lasers and avoid the vertical moving lasers. It's relatively simple compared to the last one. And now that we have avoided the lasers, we are in the decontamination room. You'll be able to see that the poisonous gas is still online, but you now have a gas mask to combat the poisonous gas. So now we're just going to basically retread back to the hub again. And in the game you would get some sort of visual indication that you have the gas mask, like it would be on your face or something, or you would be able to equip it in your inventory. So now that we've made it back through the green area, we're back into the hub, which acts as the safe area, which is where you can get a brief moment of respite. So now we're going to make it into the green area. This area will be poisonous, but because we have the gas mask, we are able to survive. These enemies are people that have been infected by the monster, that has taken over this entire laboratory. But unfortunately they are beyond saving, so we need to defeat them. As we can see, an area which we could have escaped from has now been blocked off. That's another escape plan that is no longer possible. We need to head back to the hub, and now that we have the red key card, we can go in that and see what's behind the red door. But now, as we have the weapon part, we are able to construct that weapon, which you would do before proceeding forward. And then you would make your way into this red area with the injured soldier and the scientist that were with you. And as you go into this red area, you would see that it's a huge area. This is the wow moment with the boss fight. I say boss fight, but it's more of a cinematic sequence where you would shoot the boss with the weapon and temporarily stun it to allow you to get further up into the laboratory and get closer to escaping, and that would be the exit to this level.